Hello, friends. I think I always start live videos the same way by doing this weird hello. I'm here. I'm back. I missed you. How are you? I'm drinking water because I just finished a live video on Facebook too, like I usually do. Of course, we all know I'm so happy to be on YouTube instead. I prefer YouTube because you guys are my favorite people in the whole entire world. So I thank you for being here. I hope that you're having a great day so far. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching this replay. I'm so glad to see you. I plan to be here about an hour. This is a free live coaching session. So I want to coach you. This is for anybody that's here. I want to coach you. If you're interested, if you have any questions about anything that you're struggling with right now, I'd love to coach you. I'd love to hear who's here and where you're from. So make sure you let me know where you're from as you are trickling in here. As I said, if you're watching the replay, so glad you're here. Thank you. So I want to do a free live coaching session, Q&A, any kind of questions you have. It doesn't even have to be coaching. It could just be like, how many nuts and seeds do I eat per day? Christina says, how's weight loss going? I'm looking good. Thank you. It's not going so good. This sweater is deceiving. I've lost maybe a pound or two. Nothing major to report yet, but I am doing my best and improving as we go. I see somebody fantastic here. This is Nancy Dowdy, who just came on from North Carolina. She is one of my private coaches. So hi, Nancy. I love you. So glad to see you. Yeah, not so good. But what I am doing, and I want to explain why it's not going so good. Because when we get off track, when we get off plan, what we're doing is, and when we get back on track, what we're doing is rewiring our brain again. So you got to imagine I was pregnant for 8 months, something like that. I had a very different diet when I was pregnant and a very different diet when I was not pregnant again, like postpartum. So we'll say that was a year of off-plan eating, which is a year of creating and going back to old patterns that I used to know, right? So now I'm in that place of rewiring again, starting over again and rewiring what I was wiring from before. And I got to say, this is a process and it's meant to be a process. It just is. And it's totally okay for it to take what it takes. As I said when I was talking about it in the beginning, it could take a year, it could take 5 years. I don't know how long it's going to take. But it's all about mindset and nothing else because I know exactly what to eat. I know how much of it to eat. It's literally just choosing to eat it when the moment comes. And so that's what I'm rewiring right now. And I feel so much progress. And I have to say, I have been doing my vlog about this. So for the last couple months that I've been working on this, I've been vlogging often to explain exactly what's happening and how I'm rewiring my mindset. So I have all that footage. We're starting to edit it now. It's going to be available in the Eat to Live family when we finally open that up, which will be, I think, in April, because I have to actually push it back a little bit because life is a little crazy right now. But I will be releasing that. So you guys are going to be able to see exactly what I went through and the whole thought process that I used to change to get to my 40 to 50 pound weight loss. At first I was thinking 40 pounds. So now I'm like, if I'm going to just be like nutritarian and 100%, it's going to end up probably being 50 pounds, but we'll see. So that's where I am right now. That's my update. However, I do have a fun thing that happened when I lose around 3 to 4 pounds. My tummy shrinks a little bit, which is fun. So what I think is going to happen is I'm going to lose the weight and the tummy is just going to be fine again. So that's been encouraging and fun. And I've been learning so much about myself. I mean, maybe I lost like 4 pounds now, but I'm not, I'm not really tied to it because I know that this is not my goal weight, and I'll know when I'm at my goal weight because my clothes will be totally different and it'll all be good. So, yeah, that's my update on that. Thanks for asking, Christina. Kim, hello. Cheri from California. Hi, good to see you, my dear. Christina's laughing at me. Kim from Bastrop, Texas. Good to see you. Victoria, my dear from Missouri. Diana, hello. She was on my Facebook, and Victoria was on Facebook Live too. And Charlene, hello, my dear. So good to see you. Charlene is always like the first commenter on every video. I love seeing your guys' names, the ones that I'm familiar with. So happy to see you. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments, because that's not everybody. Let me know where you're watching from. So real quick, this video is a free coaching call. So feel free to ask any question that you have that you're working on right now. If you have any struggles that you want help with, I'm going to answer any questions that you have relating to weight loss or healthy eating or long-term anything. Anything you want to ask me about me, whatever. Aga, hello, my dear. Good evening. Good to see you, dear. But also I wanted to mention this is the week where we are putting our 21-day challenges up for sale as well. So if you ever wanted to pick up one of our previous 21-day challenges, they're all on sale right now for more than half off. So typically the challenges are $49 every time we do them live. And right now they're only $24 each. So we got people picking up 5 at a time. It's crazy. And what's so beautiful about this is you get all of these recipes and you can use them whenever you want. We get such great reviews about our recipes. Our amazing Nancy Dowdy, who creates the recipes, is here. She's also a coach for the Watering Mouth as well. But everyone is always raving about her recipes. So you can get the recipes, but also you get the meal plans, the prep and planning instructions. Hello, Double Star. Good to see you. And all the grocery lists and everything too. So you could do your own 21-day challenge at home if you wanted as well. Yes, Aga. Eat to Live Family is being postponed until April as well. Because two things. And it's the same two things as last year, twins and COVID, right? The reason it actually happened, that I decided to postpone to April, is because and if you don't know, the Eat to Live Family is going to be my monthly coaching membership, where you get it for really, really affordable price, coaching just like this that you'll see later on this call, but for a very affordable monthly price, because I just had twins 6 months ago and I still haven't gotten all that worked out when it comes to like nanny stuff and having specific days where I work and things like that. But the reason why is because of COVID, because somebody gets a stuffy nose and then nobody wants to expose anybody. So then like I don't take my daughter to daycare, the nanny doesn't come over, I don't want to expose them. It's like it's so crazy right now, because my back in the day when Isabella was really young, we'd have the nanny, she'd get the flu and the nanny would still come because she felt like she had a good immune system. She didn't mind working for us when our kid was sick. But nowadays you get just a stuffy nose and it's like, now I can't come to work today, or I don't want you to come because the twins have a stuffy, like they have a runny nose or something. So it's an interesting time period right now to try to figure out how to do this. But I will figure it out and we'll get this going. But I want to be able to deliver it to you in a way that's going to feel like super quality, right? Like I want to be able to give this to you in a way that I can actually keep up with the demands of it. I want to be able to comment in the group and help people with their challenges. That's going to be in the included Facebook group. I want to be able to make it to the live calls that I'm going to be scheduling and all that. So I'm just not quite there yet, but thank you so much for waiting. I'm so glad to help out. Night Owl says, you don't look a day older than 50. Well, that's good because I'm 38. Phew. No, I don't look a day older than someone that just had twins at 38 too. My God, what am I thinking? Yeah, so we're gonna postpone that, Aga, but it will be happening. And I'm gonna when we release it in April, it's gonna actually, and I had told you guys about this a little bit. I'm gonna include, I think, a 14-day challenge every month. How exciting is that? So you can join in them whenever you want, but they're always going to be running, almost like every 2 weeks they're going to be running. So you'll have a lot of support food wise in that respect. It's going to be incredible. And then there's going to be calls like this as well where we're coaching. So in the description of this video is the place where you can go to pick up the challenges. But I'm just going to put it in the comment section like I usually do too here. thewateringmouth.com/shop. You can go there and pick up any of the previous 21-day challenges that are more than half off right now, which is super amazing. But this call is not about me, it's about you guys. Teresa says she loves the challenges. I'm so glad. Teresa's always joins in. I'm so happy to see her. And Brandiciousness, hello from Boise, Idaho, and good to see you, everybody. So this call is about you. I want to know, what are you struggling with right now? What's going through your head? What are you worried about? And this doesn't even have to be necessarily healthy eating, right? Like someone on the call, on the Facebook call before this, was talking about having to go to a funeral and doing a lot of emotional eating because of that. And that's, while it's food related, it's not because of food, right? It's because of a tragedy. And so let me know in the comments here, guys, in the live chat, what are you struggling with? What's going on? I have something I can talk about if you don't want to ask a question, but I prefer to do live coaching so that we can kind of see that everyone else has the same issues. Diana says the challenges are fantastic. Yay. Diana, I'm so glad to see you over here too. So let me know, what are you struggling with, right? Because it's just a few days before Christmas. What is today? It's the 16th? No, the 15th. So we've got, oh my gosh, less than 10 days to Christmas. That's insane. And this is kind of like the height of the holiday season because we've had Halloween. Maybe we overate on Halloween. Maybe we overate on Thanksgiving. Maybe we're feeling down about ourselves and we are just like, oh, I just have to get through Christmas and New Year's, right? So we kind of just throw the plans out the window. But right now, this is the exact place where we could start to teach ourselves a new lesson. We could start a new pattern now that maybe we've never done before, which is to flip that thinking and go, just because it's the middle of the holiday season doesn't mean I can't eat well every day. You know, maybe for the holidays, I don't do so well, the holiday itself, or maybe the few days surrounding. But like right now, there's nothing keeping me from going to the grocery store, planning out my meals, doing what I do that I usually do when it's not the holiday season, right? We can still do that. And we can do that really well with the challenge too. The challenges that we create, these 21-day challenges, we lay everything out for you. So you don't even have to do the whole thing. 21 days sounds like too much. You could just do 6 days of it or 3 days of it. We even have a free 9-day challenge on the website, right? So you could go get that. You could just do that for a few days here. You could do half of it. Go to the grocery store, get some things, make as much as you can. Look, if you make 50% of what you're supposed to make on a challenge, you're doing 50% better than doing nothing, right? So Teresa says, struggling with habits that result in weight gain, holiday foods, tamales, mindset. Yeah, tamales. My husband is Mexican. Get it? Oh my gosh. Every time we go to El Paso to visit the family, it's like, yay, tamales. Then it's like, oh, tamales. Like, right? So yeah, holiday foods, tamales, mindset. Teresa, tell me specifically, what are your thoughts that are keeping you overeating right now? What are the thoughts? Struggling with staying focused. I get motivated and then fall off. Okay. Staying focused. Yeah. Staying focused. Do you require I have a little analogy I'm cooking up right here. When you drive your car, are you always focused? Someone would argue yes. I would argue no. Sometimes, do you ever have one of those moments where you're driving and you're like, whoa, how did I get here? Right? Because you're off in your own world, you're off thinking other thoughts. And then suddenly you're like, wow, I'm already at work, or something like that. We are not always focused when we drive, and yet we don't get in accidents all the time. Do you see what I mean? Like, we're not always driving off the side of the road, but we're not always super attentive and motivated and yes, I'm driving right now. Do you know what I mean? I say this because oftentimes what we think is we need this focus, dedication to get this thing done and fix it. When what we really need for lifelong weight loss and the lifelong journey of healthy eating is enough attention to get to the goal, but not so much that we're white knuckling. Okay? You see the difference there? We often think that we need motivation We often think that um, we need that focus. We need to feel energized. But what we actually need is calm, peace. We just need to do the next thing, right? So you say the thoughts are negative. It's the end of the year and I weighed less last January. Okay. So, if in order to lose weight, you have to already be a better weight than you were before, like if that's how weight loss works, right? Like if you step on your scale and in order for your scale to say something different, you have to have lost more weight than you did last time, right? You'll you're just going to be on this weird roller coaster that doesn't make any sense. The weight that you are now has nothing to do with last January. Nothing to do with it. In fact, the weight that you are right now has more to do with last week than last January. So comparing the two is only going to create negativity, right? Because the thought is, oh, I'm looking at what happened last year. If we look at what happened last year, man, I'm really behind. This is terrible. I suck. I'm not worthy. I'm not good at this. Like if we're comparing, so you say, that's what I've been thinking lately. Like I did great. And then I self sabotaged during COVID. And here we are months later, and I still have not gotten off the roller coaster. Yeah. But I mean, like, so what? This is where you are. COVID happened, you dealt with it in a certain way, and now this is where you are. But when you compare yourself to the previous January, all that does is just make you feel bad, right? Like, why compare? Why don't you compare yourself to last month? Or how about you compare yourself to next month? Yeah. That's essentially what you're doing. None of it makes sense. What if you were to stay right now and like a toddler or like a dog, walking a dog on a path, you just keep directing that dog back to the sidewalk. Nope, come back to the sidewalk. No, we're here right now. We're doing the walk. We're not going to be sniffing the other dogs over there. We're not going to be sniffing that tree. We're doing a walk right now. We're getting exercise. Our focus is exercise. Let's keep going. Nope, we just keep come back to the path. So every time your mind goes back to January when you were doing better, or every time your mind, thinks about what happened during COVID and that quarantine 15 or whatever, 30, 45, what have you, who cares? Whenever your mind goes back to that, you just keep, no, doesn't matter what I did, doesn't matter what happened. I'm right here, right now. This is what we talk about in our coaching. This is how we bring our thoughts back to the task at hand, so to speak, right? Like where we need to be is here right now. We just keep directing ourselves back. No, I'm not going to go back to that negative spiral. I'm not going to beat myself up. Weight loss is really simple, guys. It's three things. One is plan ahead. Two is make small changes and just keep making them. Keep going, keep getting better than you were the day before. Just keep going. And if you go worse than the day before, then just try again. Right? So that's two things. It's plan your food. It's make these small changes and just get better. And the last thing, I'm drawing a blank. It's don't beat yourself up. Those are the three things. That's all you got to do. Plan ahead, make small changes as you go, don't beat yourself up. That's it. And what you're doing, Teresa, is look into the past for how you should feel right now. Like you're looking at the past and going like, I felt really good then, so that means I got to feel like crap right now. No, it's not useful. Like in no world is that useful, right? Like, is there a world that you can see would be useful? Most people will tell you, yeah, because it motivates me to get better. But no, it doesn't. Looking past and feeling shame and embarrassment and anger over where you were versus where you are now never helps. Not ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever helps. Shame does not help. Embarrassment does not help. Calm, peace, rationality, forward movement, that helps. Embarrassment never helps. Comparing to the past never, ever helps. So it's directing that dog back to the path. No, we're just going to keep walking, keep going. Nope, you're not going to smell the tree. You're going to stay on the sidewalk. Come on, brain, stay with me, right? We talk a lot about in the coaching. My private coaches, Nancy and Karen, we talk a lot about in the coaching about how the brain is like a toddler. And if we can just direct ourselves and keep directing ourselves back to the path, we'll get to that goal. We're going to I want to put a link I'm going to put 2 links in here. One is Nancy's link and one is Karen's link. They're my 2 private coaches. They can help you sort all this out. This is so good to start getting into and seeing how this works in your own brain. Now you can see one set of thoughts that Teresa gave me just made me talk for like 20 minutes about something. To start directing ourselves back on the right path, that's what a private coach can do for you. So I'm just gonna drop their link right here, because what they do is they give free 30-minute mini sessions for coaching to find out if coaching is a fit, and it's free. If you're interested in really finding out what's going on with you, it's definitely an investment, but it's worth every penny. Get on a free call with them. So here's Nancy's link. Oops. And here's Karen's link. So it's just thewateringmouth.com/coach with Nancy or coach with Karen. You can sign up with them and get a great little session with them. Teresa says, next month comparison sounds good. Yeah, got on the sidewalk. There you go. Next month comparison can work because next month can be whatever you want it to be. So you could already be 10 pounds down next month. Let's just compare with that. Like, how do I go from here to there? Right? I want to be 10 pounds down next month. What would I have to do right now to be that person later? It would be keeping your thoughts on the sidewalk, planning, prepping, going to the grocery store when you don't want to, right? So I have a question here from Kim that says, how do I get past my dislike of grocery shopping? Kim, okay, dislike of grocery shopping. Is it like did you get a diagnosis from your doctor that you dislike grocery shopping? Like, did you uh did you get your driver's license last year and it says on it dislikes grocery shopping, right? This is what's happening. You're telling yourself that you don't like grocery shopping, and so every time you grocery shop, you hate it. But like, how do people survive nowadays in this society? Grocery shopping. Like, you gotta kind of grocery shop, or you have to go to a restaurant. You have to go somewhere where someone brings you food in order to eat, right? You either get to go to a restaurant and eat food that you don't want to eat because you know you shouldn't, right? 'Cause salt, oil, blah, blah, blah. You're going to end up eating off plan. There's barely any nutritarian possibilities at restaurants, or you can go to the grocery store and get nutritarian stuff, right? But what you're doing is you're creating a whole personality about yourself, a whole story that you're a person that doesn't like grocery shopping. And that's okay. But what that's going to do is make it so that grocery shopping is always a pain in your butt. Every time you go, you're like, oh, I'm just the kind of person that doesn't like to grocery shop. I hate it. I don't want to go. Every time you go, it's going to be a chore. When you feel like you're doing a chore, the actions that you take out of that feeling are like, ugh, maybe sometimes you cut short your shopping trips because you just don't feel like doing it, so you don't get all the stuff that you meant to get. Maybe like you're just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna buy this because it's easier. It's gonna be mac and cheese. I know how to make that. It's really easy. I don't want to buy the vegetables. It takes too long." Or what if for some people, grocery shopping is something where you don't like it because you're not used to it? You don't like, okay, let me give you an example based on me. So I have always liked grocery shopping because it gets me out of the house, and because I'm kind of an antisocial person in real life, I really like to just be alone. So I like to grocery shop because I like to look at all the things and whatever. And I always considered myself a foodie before. So I would go and just be like, "Ooh, I could get this and this." And it was always like chocolate cake and chocolate. And I want to try this new chocolate bar. And, it's just getting crap at the store. And I liked that because I was like creating bad habits, right? And then I started to be a nutritarian, and I was like, there was a period of time where I was like, man, I'm always getting the same things. Like, this is so boring. Like, you just always have to get the same stuff and whatever. And I realized after like a year or two of doing this that I literally get the same thing every time. Like, I'm always going to the same aisles. I rarely even visit the middle section of the grocery store because because there's nothing in there that's really useful, right? Like, I'm always making a beeline for either the beans or the spices, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to the produce section, right? And like, think of this like now for me, the way that has changed is that I have gone from, um, liking it, but actually kinda hating it because I knew I was gonna end up buying a bunch of stuff that I didn't need to eat, to, this is pretty boring because I am always buying the same things and there's nothing interesting anymore, to now my thoughts about grocery shopping are, grocery shopping is awesome because I know exactly what I'm gonna get. I can just run in, run out, and be done with it. I don't have to like waste time doing all this stuff. I just go and get it done. And now that COVID has hit, grocery shopping has become even cooler because I don't even grocery shop. I just get it sent to my house, right? But I want to show you this, Kim. Do you see how over a period of years, grocery shopping has become like 5 different things to me? Like, depending on the time in my life or the time in our society with COVID or whatever, grocery shopping has become different for various parts of my life. But the reason I mentioned the thing about this being on your driver's license is you are thinking as if this is a set thing in your life, that you're always gonna be the kind of person who hates grocery shopping, and that this is just part of your personality. You just don't like to grocery shop. It's too bad, right? But look at the way I've grocery shopped. It's changed over the years so many different times just based on what's going on in my life. So, if you're constantly telling yourself a story about how you don't like to grocery shop, grocery shopping is always going to be crappy. It's not going to feel good, right? Because your thought is, this is how we talk about coaching, thoughts create feelings, create actions. So, your thoughts are, I hate grocery shopping. The feeling that comes out of that thought is always going to be hate, dislike, like, ugh, avoidance, annoyance, right? And the action is always going to be like, like you go maybe, but like maybe you don't always get all the stuff you need to get, and like you're not very thorough or whatever. I don't know what your reactions are, but Teresa says, I discovered that I do not like large grocery shopping. It feels like a big chore. What I found is that I like smaller trips to the store. It results in more trips, but much easier, right? So, see what Teresa's offering here is an action change. Like you can change the way that you do it. And that's fine. But what I want to talk about is the thought here. So, Kim, if you could, I don't know if you're still here. I want to answer this question for anyone who's still watching. But um, Kim, when you go grocery shopping, what is it like for you? Like what if you dread it all the time, what kind of actions do you take at the grocery store? Like how does it feel? Like are you like exploring and like looking around and like seeing what you might be able to make? Or are you like, ugh, I have to do this? Like I'm just gonna buy these things and get out of here, or whatever, right? Like, is there any joy at the grocery store at all? Is it all disgust? Because what I want to show you is the difference between those two actions are based on a different set of thoughts. They're based on a different feeling. So, for instance, the one that's like exploring, like seeing what they have that's new. Um, this is how I used to grocery shop, and it's how I grocery shop now when I actually go to the store. I love to go to the produce section and notice whatever's new. Like, do they have some cool new fruits? Or is there like a different vegetable I haven't seen before? And this is how I used to act with chocolate, right? But now I'm like, I know exactly what I need to get. So I get all my main stuff. And then I get to take a few minutes of pleasure to like look around for stuff I haven't seen before, a product I haven't used before, whatever. So I have this kind of curiosity that I'm there, like, ooh, I might find something new to do with this. What I bet, Kim, is that there's also some dislike of cooking. There's also some dislike of, maybe eating nutritarian foods or prepping or coming up with what to eat or things like that, because it's kind of all related. If you're taking no joy in your grocery shopping, it's probably because there's an underlying thought of no joy in what I'm doing either, right? Like, um, maybe you used to like to go to restaurants because somebody else did all that for you and you don't have to think about it, right? But what you're thinking is eating is a chore, or shopping is a chore, or coming up with what to eat is a chore, kind of a thing. When what we could change our thoughts to is, um, oh, I love finding new things, or I love coming up with new recipes, or I love transitioning to the nutritarian lifestyle, whatever that thought might be that could create a more curious, fun loving, whatever spirit when you go to the grocery store, right? Lori says she just made it. Hi, sweetie. Have to go back and watch. Yeah. So I hate grocery shopping if I don't go in with a plan. That's a That's a great thing to look at too. Like, okay, so Kim says, oh, this is going to take forever. Too many people. Hard to get down the aisle. Yes, I dislike prep. Okay. So it sounds like a chore. Yeah. So this is interesting because it's not even about the food, it's about the navigating of the store. Like, this is going to take forever. There's too many people here. It's hard to get down the aisle. It's not even about the food. This is so interesting. I wouldn't have guessed this, right? That's why I love private coaching with people. And I know Nancy and Karen get the same thing out of this. When you ask a question of a client, you're like, what do you think about this? And they say something you would never expect. Like, I would have never expected you to come back with that because your dislike of the store is more about the logistics of navigating the store than it is about anything else. Like, I love this. I would have never guessed it, but it's more like, um, it's tough to get through the store. And that's to me, this is just fascinating to see anyways, like that it has nothing to do with the food necessarily. It's like you don't like the prep, you don't like making meals, I think is what you meant to say, like it's a chore. This whole thing is a chore. Um, so I encourage you to look in your life for other chores that you do that you have gotten over. So like, do you brush your teeth every day? Right? Do you change your underwear at least every day or every other day, whatever, right? Like, do you take a shower every few days or every day? Do you make your bed ever? Or do you ever take out the trash in your house, right? These are chores that typically all of us do mostly. Like, we might be a hoarder and that's okay. Maybe we don't take out the trash, that's fine. But like, are there other things that we do on a daily basis that keep us alive that are good for us? I'm guessing that there are some things here, Kim, that you do that you have gotten used to the idea of because you know you have to, you know? And I'm guessing, let's take the toothbrushing one. This is a really good one. We use this one in coaching a lot too. Like, if you brush your teeth every day, why do you do it? You do it because you know it's good for you. But I'm guessing that you don't always brush your teeth and go, oh, I have to brush my teeth. That means I have to go upstairs. I got to pick up the stupid toothbrushes. Sometimes it's wet and I get water on my hands and I hate that. And like, then I have to pick up the toothpaste and sometimes I have to buy new toothpaste, which bugs me. Sometimes the toothpaste is at the bottom and I have to squeeze it. And like, oh, it's just such a chore. And like, then I have to put it on the brush. And sometimes I put too much on and it's just really annoying. And then I have to sit here and wait for 2 minutes to go by and brush my teeth. And then spitting is like, then I have like toothpaste taste in my mouth, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I bet that every time you brush your teeth, you're not going through all of that stuff. Oh, okay, here's a good one. Great one, Kim. You always make sure your dogs are fed and taken care of. Yeah. Is feeding dogs the funnest thing in the world? No. Like, I have to feed these two monsters every day. And I tell you, it's really annoying. I don't like doing it, but I don't waste any time being mad about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't waste time sitting here and going like, ugh, I have to feed these cats again. Like, this sucks. I wish I didn't have to do this. Cause like I've had them for 10, 11 years now, 2, 3 times a day. I got to feed them. Like, at this point, I'm just like, I just do it. Right now. I didn't, the huge point that I want to make to all of you, this sounds really long and drawn out, but this is the point I want to get to. I didn't change the way I feed the cats to make it better. I changed my thoughts about how I feed the cats, okay? You didn't change the way you don't change like the frequency or the way you feed your dogs in order to make that better in your brain. You just accept the fact that you feed your dogs every day, right? Like, there are some things you could change. For instance, like, you could get one of those self-filling water bowls or one of those food bowls that, dumps a bunch of food in, but you still have to put a bunch of food in every once in a while. You have to go to the grocery store and get the food, right? Like, there are some changes that you can make that make things easier for you. Like, people are suggesting Instacart, using online shopping, having that come to your house, whatever. But you could still be mad about the fact that you actually have to order and like do all the things, right? I'll give you an example. I just ordered from Whole Foods the other day and I have been so mad about it because they messed up my order so bad. Like I ordered apples and bananas and they didn't have them, which is not true. It was just the person who was doing the grocery shopping wasn't thorough enough. And they substituted regular full-size apples with baby apples. So I got like 100 baby apples instead of 6 full-size apples. And they gave me mini bananas instead of regular size bananas. So I wanted like 20 bananas and they gave me like 30 or 40 mini bananas, which were not the kinds I wanted, and they didn't ripen or whatever. Even when you make things easier, it can still make you mad. This is the point that I'm trying to make, right? Like, even if I'm using Whole Foods delivery, I can still find something to be mad about, right? So that, but the point I'm trying to make is that, like, you can make tiny little changes to make things kind of better. But the problem is not how to grocery shop. The problem is not like how to make grocery shopping easier. The problem is inside of our brain not wanting to grocery shop in the first place because you have a bunch of thoughts about the fact that it's a chore. And you're going to find a bunch of evidence for the fact that it's a chore. Oh, there's too many people. It's too hard to get down these aisles. I hate these carts. This wheel's not even working. Like, I can't even push this thing. There's probably germs here. Like, I hate that I even have to go. What's happening here is um, you're finding ways to be mad about it because you're seeing it as a chore. Okay. So the point, I'm trying to narrow this down. It takes a little time to kind of make this distinction here. You can do all the Instacart or Whole Foods delivery or anything that you want. But as long as you're seeing grocery shopping as a chore, you're always going to find something to be mad about it with, right? You have your dogs, you feed them because you love them. You take care of them because you love them, because you want them to be healthy. You want them to have a good experience on this earth. And so you don't do these things. You do these things without complaint. You just do that. I mean, sometimes maybe you don't want to do it, but like most of the time, you're just like, I just feed them. That's it. Or I brush their coats, or I take them for a walk, or whatever. Take them like you probably take your dogs out and they probably poop on the ground and you probably have to pick it up and take it with you, right? Like this is a thing that most dog owners do nowadays. But like we do that stuff because we love the dogs, because our thoughts about the dogs is not that they're a chore, it's that we love them and we want to take care of them. Okay? So the point that I'm trying to make here is it's not the grocery shopping that's the issue. It's not how you grocery shop that's the issue. It's your thought about the grocery shopping. So, just with the dog example, if you were to see taking care of your dogs as, you do it because you love them and because you take care of them, that's why it doesn't feel like a chore. Why are you grocery shopping, right? Why are you buying these foods rather than going to the restaurant? It's because you love yourself. It's because your family, maybe. I don't know if you have kids or a spouse or whatever, but like it's because you love you. It's because you love your body. That's why you grocery shop, right? You don't take care of the dogs because someone like makes you. You do it because you want to. You don't go grocery shopping because someone's making you. It's because you want to do it, because you want to feed yourself healthy food. Like, look, Kim, you can go to Taco Bell all day long if you want. I mean, all you have to do is drive through on your way home and just eat the food. That's fine, right? Like, you can do that. Millions of people would choose to do that every single day. It's totally possible. It's totally available to you. But you are following the nutritarian lifestyle. And I'm not just talking about Kim here, I'm talking to everybody. We follow this nutritarian lifestyle because we want something better, because we know that it takes effort to do this, because our society isn't set up for the nutritarian diet, right? Like it would be a different story if we had like nutritarian restaurants. Then I'd be like, guys, go to restaurants all day long because they're making it for you if you can afford it. But we don't have that option. So it's about thinking differently about grocery shopping, because you're looking for reasons to be mad about it when you could be looking for reasons to be excited about it. You could be looking for reasons, not you don't have to be excited, just to be peaceful about it and calm about it. Like, I like doing this because it's for me. This is my me time. This is self-care. So like look at the two different ways of looking at grocery shopping. One is a chore and one is self-care. One is like getting a manicure. And that sounds extreme maybe, but like it is like getting a manicure. It is taking care of yourself. Like, don't you feel better when you eat nutritarian? Like, don't you just feel so much more vibrant? Like, you feel good when you get a manicure too, or you get a massage or something. You feel good, physically good. That's what eating nutritarian does too. And that's why we choose this lifestyle. So can we look at it like self-care rather than a chore? And then it's like, oh, look at the people that are in the middle of the aisle. I just wait for them to go because I'm just having some time for myself right now. Do you see what I mean? I hope that I'm making this point properly because that's what I mean is that like it's not about changing the way you shop. It's about changing how you think about how you shop. Okay. Sorry, that was a long one, but I was trying to find that point, and I found it eventually. Kim, let me know what you think about that one. Um, so let's see. What else do we have? Sylvia says, when I am down, I do not want to do even the most essential things as brushing my teeth or taking a bath, and my stuff is piled up. Everything is a burden. Absolutely, Sylvia, because this is your thoughts creating that. Nothing changed about brushing your teeth. It's your thoughts about where you're at and how you don't want to take care of yourself at that moment. Like you don't feel like doing the things that it takes to take care of yourself, right? Like we're down, so like, oh, I don't feel like doing that. Whereas when we're feeling better and our thoughts are good, we're happy to do all those things. We're happy to take care of ourselves. And that's an interesting thing too to see is that like when we feel good and when we're thinking positively, when we're thinking, in a positive way, or even just in a calm way, it doesn't even have to be positive. We could just be like neutral about everything. When we're feeling neutral about stuff, the littlest things don't feel like chores. But when we're feeling and we're thinking negative things, we're in this like negative thought pattern, the littlest things start to feel like chores. And it's like, oh, I have to feed the cats again, or I have to feed my dogs again, or I have to pick up their stupid poop. Whereas, like the day before, if you were feeling good, like it's not the poop picking up that changed, right? It's not the grocery shopping that changed. It's our thoughts about the things that changed. Does this make sense, you guys? Ask me some questions about this if this doesn't make sense or if this is useful. Let me know what you think. So let's see. Yeah, no other comments here. So, and it's very similar to in like when we're in the middle of the holiday season, for instance, and we're about to come up to Christmas, and maybe you're comparing yourself to what you did in the last couple of months over Halloween and Thanksgiving, maybe, and then you're like, oh, well, I didn't eat very well then, so I might as well not eat well now. Um, we only have a couple more weeks until this is all over. Um, might as well just overeat for a little while and then I can start over, right? But by the way, today is not different at all than the day after New Year's. They're both still days. Like this is a Tuesday, and the day after New Year's, I don't know what day that's going to be, Saturday or something, or Sunday or whatever. But like those are still just regular days. They're not connected in any way. It's just our thoughts about this day versus that day, right? Um, Cheri, I'll come back to you in a sec. So Teresa just says, my thoughts about going to Whole Foods store changed. Good. I'm glad. Any store, right? Like any grocery store. Um, it's just your thoughts about it that are holding you back. Let me look for your question, Cheri. Okay, so you say nutrition challenges health issues which have conflicting nutrient requirements. How to find complete nutrient info. I'm going to need more details here, Cheri. What do you mean? Nutrition challenges health issues which have conflicting nutrient requirements. So do you have different diagnoses from different doctors or whatever? I can't give any, medical advice based on certain health issues. So I wouldn't know how to advise you. I just follow what Dr. Furman says. My personal response to these types of things is to go into Dr. Furman's forum and see what he says about things. And there may be some specific things there, but otherwise, of course, you're going to want to follow the advice of your doctor. Um, vestibular migraine. Interesting because I have vestibular issues right now, which is related to inner ear stuff, I believe. So, because I get vertigo too, I can't advise you, right? Because it's medical stuff. So I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, you have to pay them, of course, but you'd have to pay whatever doctor to talk to them too. But I can't give medical advice. I'm sorry, that's out of my pay grade. But if it were me, either you talk to your regular doctor and get advice from him, or you talk to Dr. Furman and get advice from those people. I just can't, unfortunately, give any advice with that sort of a thing. What dietitian? You saw a dietitian? I'm not sure what you mean. I what I always advise here is find a practitioner that you believe in and stick with what they would say on anything. So that's what I do with Dr. Furman's stuff is I believe in his advice. And so I pay like $8 a month or whatever to be in the forum and start to look through the forum for advice and start there. That's what I typically would do. Or in the case of my pregnancy, for instance, I had a very high risk pregnancy with the twins and all that. So then I went on their recommendations because I wanted to know based on the pregnancy, yeah, I need to find a dietitian. Okay. All dietitians are going to give you different advice too, right? So like you're going to have, for instance, the dietitian that works for me, Karen, she's one of our coaches. She will give you plant-based information. You're going to find a lot of dietitians that use the standard American diet type, meat and dairy kind of a thing. So it just kind of, as I'm saying, kind of depends on what you believe. And you find a practitioner that will give you advice related to that and stick with them. Let's see. Lori says, you're incredible to give us this coaching session. You're so welcome. These thoughts are trigger points to get us back on track. Going shopping in a few. I'll go with the tiny Cheri on your shoulder coaching you in. There you go. Yeah, just like, like the little angel and the devil, and I'll be the angel, right? By the way, guys, this is the type of coaching you're going to get in the Eat to Live family when I open that up in, I think it's going to be April with the timing of things. I'm going to be doing these types of coaching sessions at least twice a month. You'll get a Facebook group to support you, and you're going to get challenges too. I think you'll get a 14-day challenge every month is what we're going to shoot for. Probably going to open that up in April, and it's going to be super affordable, just a monthly payment, not expensive at all, totally affordable. And yeah, you'll get coaching like this so you can actually come on camera with me and get coached live, which is going to be so much fun. I'm like itching and just dying to have coaching like this again. And it's going to be very similar to this and what we do in these live videos. So keep that in mind. In the meantime, we have we have our 21-day challenges. Of course, Vincent is like driving me crazy. Hold on, I'm going to let her outside real quick. So in the meantime, we have the 21-day challenges, which is, of course, our meal plans and recipes and things that we create for you on a quarterly basis at this point. So we do those live. The next one is going to be in January. So if you want to sign up for that, that is the wateringmouth.com/challenge. And I'm going to put that in the chat here. You can go up and sign up for the next one that's going to come up in January. Just sign up for more information, and registration will open at the end of December. Then we have the Eat to Live Academy as well. That's going to open up after this challenge again. Eat to Live Academy is this coaching program in a digital 8-week course format. It's incredible. It's changed lives. It is currently changing lives of the current students we have in it. Once you're in it for life. It's incredible. All of this coaching is available in there. So that's going to open up again, probably for the last time. Because we're going to be opening the family, which is going to be a very different format. And then we also have private coaching right now, as I was talking about before. So you can get in with one of my private coaches, Nancy or Karen. They are both incredible. They're both trained in the same kind of mindset stuff that I'm talking about here. And if you want to reach out to them, I've put their links up in the chat. So it's thewateringmouth.com/coach with Karen or coach with Nancy, and you guys can get a free 30-minute session with them. It's like life-changing, just that session. So sign up for that and see if you're a good fit for coaching. Find out more about the investment and the time commitment. I highly recommend that. Until April, where I can open up the Eat to Live family. Now, if you sign up for any of these things, you'll any of the challenge information or anything like that, you'll be able to get more information about it. But one of the reasons I wanted to do this video is to let you know that we have actually put our 21-day challenges up for sale right now. We never put them up for sale. If you guys have followed me for any time, you would know it's very rare that I offer them for sale. Like you can't even buy them at any other time. when we're not doing a sale like this. And they also happen to be more than half off right now. So typically a live challenge when we're doing is $49, and right now they're only $24 each. I have people buying like 5 at a time, like just trying to, load up on them because the recipes are so great. The planning part is so great. We plan everything out for you. I wanted to just read, I read a couple of these reviews on the last video. I want to mention this. So Michelle says, the recipes were so delicious. We'll be using them over and over. Challenge was so easy to follow and all the guesswork was eliminated. Another person says, one of the best things I did for my mental, spiritual, and physical health. I love Cheri's challenges. This was my 3rd time, and each time the food is amazing. It's structured for busy people to prep the food and have it on hand. So all the guesswork around what I should eat is eliminated. This other person says that they lost 10 pounds over the course of 30 days when they included our free 9-day challenge, which you can get on the website. And then this other person says that she lost 12 pounds in 21 days. She says, you just do what they tell you for 21 days. I lost 12 pounds. The recipes and support take all the guesswork out, etc. So we have incredible reviews for these 21-day challenges. I really hope you guys get in on these while we have them available. We're not going to be putting them up for sale after this. And they're only going to be on sale for a few more days, so you won't be able to get them again. And then the next opportunity isn't going to be until January when we're doing a live 21-day challenge, and you will not get this amazing price. So the link for the challenges is in the description of this video. It's also in the chat section of this video. And I hope you guys get in on that. As I said, only available for a few more days. And Victoria says that this has been so helpful. I'm so glad to hear that, Victoria. This is how we coach, right? Like, I want to make the distinction that it's never about the actions. It's never, this is a really hard concept to understand when you're not familiar with it. But as you do more of my stuff, this mindset stuff I'm talking about, you will learn that it's never about the actions. It's never about, how do I prep or how do I batch cook or things. It's never about that, guys. It's always about the thoughts. The reason that you haven't lost the weight yet, the reason that you haven't become a long-term, effortless nutritarian is because of your thoughts. It's because of my thoughts. Is why I haven't lost the weight yet, because I'm not quite there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there to do that beautiful progression of you just lose the weight and you're done, right? I will be there soon, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I've done it before with my last pregnancy. I lost 50, 60 pounds in a year, which is what I'm going to do this time too. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to lose 40 to 50 pounds because that's all I have to lose. I had a lot more to lose with my last pregnancy. I'm 5'2", and currently I weigh 148, something like that, maybe 146, whatever. I'm starting from 150, and I'm going to get down to my nutritarian goal weight somewhere around 103, 110, something like that. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing it. I'm doing a whole vlog series, actually. I've already filmed like 210 videos or something on everything that's been happening and how I've been doing it, how I've been changing my mindset. And that's going to be available in the Eat to Live family as well, which I'm releasing in April, which is the monthly coaching membership. So I hope to see you in there because you're going to get access to all that too. But this is what we talk about. And this is the reason that you've never been successful before, is because of the mindset. Because anybody can learn how to make a nutritarian salad. It just takes a couple weeks and you'll know. Anybody can learn how much to eat. You just do a 21-day challenge with us and you learn all this stuff. Anyone can learn how to prep. If you do a 21-day challenge with us, you'll know it within 21 days. You'll know it within 6 days. It's fine. It's easy. Anyone can learn this stuff. And just because maybe you don't know it yet, it's not hard to do. You can learn that. The problem is choosing it when you don't want to. The problem is choosing it when you would rather have the pasta, or you would rather eat the meal that you made for your kids, or when your husband doesn't eat this way, or when it's the holidays and you feel like having a bunch of cookies instead for dinner instead of, a salad or whatever. Like, the problem is making that choice in the minute. It's never how to do it. It's like how to do it when you don't want to. It's always a thought shift. It's never an action. It's never, just like, as we were saying, like, just order from Whole Foods. It's never that. It's always your thoughts about it and just not wanting to do it, right? So so Kim says, "Thank you. I do see what you're saying. It is about my thoughts and maybe also right now because I have not followed the plan, I'm upset with myself and not being loving to myself. Shopping is loving me." Exactly. Look, this is what happens. We get this thought in our head that creates a negative feeling and then that creates negative actions. So the thought in your head is like, imagine what it's like to grocery shop when you're losing weight, right? You of course you want to grocery shop. You're like, "Yeah, this is what it takes. I'm going to keep doing it," right? That's always how it goes. If the thoughts are like, "No, I'm taking care of myself," and you can even uh, you can love what you're doing and you can enjoy what you're doing even when you're not losing weight, right? Even when you're not doing like perfectly, as we say, like you can still love yourself and have a nice time going to the grocery store, even if you don't love going to the grocery store, right? Definitely all your thoughts. All right, I think I missed maybe a couple questions back here. Let me just look back here for a sec. Brandiciousness says, "I really want to make Christmas sugar cookies with my 3-year-old because it was my family's Christmas tradition. Do you have a whole food plant-based alternative?" This is an interesting question. Let me just say real quick, because we have a family cookie that we make in my family too, which I'm not altering to whole foods plant-based, um, because we've been doing it for like 170 years, and I'm not going to be the one that cuts that tradition, right? So you could fix your mind around that and still make the sugar cookies and be okay with it. Have one or two of them, be done with it, and have it not be a big deal. Or you could find a whole food plant-based alternative, which no, I don't have one, but I'm sure you could just Google, you know, nutritarian cookie or something like that. There's a lot of like oatmeal based cookies that are so easy to throw together. Um, Oatmeal, bananas, walnuts, whatever, cranberries, something like that. I could even throw a little bit of vegan chocolate chips in or something, bake those up for a little bit. Super easy. There's lots of recipes that you can find, Brenda. Um, and you can start a new tradition if you like. I suggest if what you're trying to do is start a new family Christmas tradition, um, and you want it to be whole foods plant-based, and you're not stuck on the tradition part because I am with my family. We even have a very specific mold that we use, this wooden mold back from Germany that we use. They're called well, we call them Springlies. I know that's not how you say in German, but that's the type of cookie we make, and I wouldn't change that because it's a family tradition. But if you really do want to change it to a whole foods plant-based one, there's tons of recipes online. And then it's just wrapping your head around that. Like, because you can overeat sugar cookies and you can overeat whole food plant-based cookies too, right? So it kind of just depends on what your goals are there. But no, I don't specifically have one, but I'm sure that you could find some um, online. What else do we have? Well, Nancy says, "More than happy to support you." Yes, if you want to get a 30-minute consultation with Nancy, that'd be amazing. You would love it, I'm sure. Um, lots of comments about online grocery shopping, which of course useful, but it's not going to fix the problem, right? Um, got all of that. Teresa, so it says, "I know it's going to take a long time, so I think of ways to make it more enjoyable, like bringing my headphones and a smoothie. I go in calmly." Yes, but also, Teresa, just for everyone watching here, that is also changing the actions versus the thoughts about it, right? So you could not have to do any of that stuff and just change your thoughts about it and enjoy it every time, anyways, or not care about it because you don't have to love it every time, right? You can just be like, "Oh, it's fine," but hating it is a different story, right? So that's your thoughts about it. Megan says, "I need help prepping. I never want to do it." I know, mindset. Yeah, yeah, you figured out what I was going to say anyways. For sure. I need help prepping. As I said, you can learn to prep all day long. You take one of our 21-day challenges and you'll learn how to prep in 21 days and you'll never have to learn how to do it again. It's 100% mindset. Not 95%. It's 100% mindset, because anyone can learn it. And by the time you learned it, you're done learning it. You never have to learn it again. Like, batch cooking isn't that hard. Like, using an Instapot takes 2-3 tries and then you got to figure it out. And then you never have to learn it again. Using a Vitamix takes a few recipes. And once you find what you really like, you never have to learn it again, right? Figuring out how to prep things ahead of time. takes a couple weeks maybe, and you'll learn it in the challenges if you want. That's basically school for you, right? Like you can learn how to prep easy. It's literally just the fact that you don't want to. That's the problem, right? Like you would rather spend your, Tuesday afternoon watching TV or something because you feel like you had a hard day and you don't want to prep, you know? It's 100% mindset. So yeah, that's what we do in our coaching. Megan, or Megan, sorry if I said that wrong, but Diana says the academy is fantastic as well. Yeah, Diana's one of our Eat to Live Academians, one of our students, and she says it's fantastic. This is all about mindset. It's 100% about mindset. So how do we change that mindset? How do we get to a place where we do the prep? Now, I want to make a distinction. It's not about wanting to do the prep. I never want to prep. I don't love prepping. It's like I'd rather be reading a book or something, or sleeping. Who cares? I don't feel like prepping. But I do it anyways, cuz like that's the difference between, and I don't mean this at you, Megan. I mean this at all of us. That's the difference between emotional maturity and emotional childhood. Emotional maturity is when we do the prep because we got to do the prep, right? Emotional maturity is when we brush our teeth because we know we got to brush our teeth. It's when we pick up the dog's poop when we're taking him for a walk, because we know that that's nice. It's when we go grocery shopping when we don't feel like, navigating the aisles or whatever. It's just emotional maturity. We just go like, okay, well, I don't really want to, but who cares? I still have to, it's fine. I'm going to do it anyways. And then we're calm and we just do it and we get it over with. Like changing our underwear. We just do it because it's a thing. You take a shower because we take showers. And I mean, maybe if you'd rather be doing something else, like eating a cookie versus taking a shower, you still take a shower because you understand the importance of it and you don't make any drama about it. You just do it. I mean, maybe sometimes you don't want to, and like it's kind of a chore, but like you still do it anyways. Same exact thing with prepping. It's just deciding to be the adult in the moment and go like, I don't really want to. I'd rather be doing something else, but I'm going to do this anyways. And I swear that's what it's like in my head anyways. It's like, oftentimes because I was out of practice for a while and because I was taking the easy way out during my pregnancy of going to restaurants and getting things made for me or having things delivered to my house by like companies like Chipotle, Jimmy John's, whatever, like I would just get things delivered. And it was like, you didn't have to do anything. You could go about your business and watch TV and then have the sandwich in front of you and then just eat it. Right. But like prepping actually takes some work. Like you actually have to do, dump the salad out of the bag and put the dressing on. Like it takes a minute to actually do the thing. The better you get at it, the faster you get, right? Like grocery shopping for me, 20 minutes max because I know exactly what I'm going to get, always get the same thing. I just don't spend a lot of time. I just do it, you know? That's the same thing with prepping. You're getting to this place where you no longer argue with yourself about it. You don't like even spend any time being annoyed about it because you know you have to do it. So you just do it and you don't make any drama. You just do it. And then you can be done with it and then go do something else. Right. But being that kind of like emotional adults about it and just going like, your toddler's like, I don't want to go to this thing. And you're like, where are you going anyways? Right. That's like the latest thing that is like the sentence is like, well, you're going to do it anyways. Because I have a 3-year-old and I actually have to say that to her every single day about many things. Like, okay, pick out your underwear for today. I don't want to. Well, you're going to do it anyways. Right. So you just do it without drama and then that's self-care, right? It turns into self-care and it turns into something that you actually enjoy doing because it leads to things that you like, which is feeling good, having good digestion, having less diseases, right? Preventing diseases, that kind of a thing. It leads to just feeling better in your body, feeling better in your clothes, emotionally, because you're actually taking care of yourself instead of not taking care of yourself. Prepping becomes fun because it becomes something that leads to all the good stuff. Um, so yeah, okay, that's what I got. It's been an hour. I gotta go. I have to go make a salad. Do I want to? No, but I'm going to because well, because of all the things I just said. And to recap, we are selling the 21-day challenges right now. The 21-day challenges are what you use to learn how to eat the right amount so that you're not hungry all the time, how to lose weight at the same time, how to prep really easily from experts like me and Nancy. And I mean, we've been combined doing the vegetarian diet for like, 10 years or something like that. So we have a lot of experience with that. We know how to make it so that it's easier on you. The rest is just your mindset, right? So if you want to pick up some of our previous 21 day challenges, you're going to get tons of awesome tried and true recipes from people who really loved them, as well as the prep instructions, the grocery list, all that kind of stuff. As I said before, we don't put these things on sale very often, and we don't even allow you to buy them when they're not on sale. So once a challenge is over, you can't get that challenge again until we put them on sale later. So this happens to be one of those awesome weeks where we've got challenges on sale. They're going to be on sale for just a few more days, so you can only get them right now and you won't be able to get them later. And if you ask me, I will say no. Until January when we open up another live challenge, but you still won't be able to get the previous ones because we only do this at special times of the year. So usually the challenges are $49 a piece, and right now they're only $24, so that's more than half off. We got people buying 5 at a time, so you can have them and use them at your leisure whenever you need it. And you will, I promise you, you do one 21-day challenge and you will know everything you need to know about prepping for the nutritarian lifestyle, as well as knowing how much to eat to lose weight and feel satisfied, and to not be hungry at every meal too. Okay. So I put a link for the shop in the description of this video. I also put it in the live chat here, so you can pick those up, as I said, just for the next couple days. So make sure you get those. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me and listening to me blabbing like I always do on these videos. And I hope to see you guys in another video really soon. I'm going to be trying to do these live videos more often than I was in the last 6 months. And hopefully I'll see you soon. And use this mindset stuff around your Christmas holidays or whatever holiday that you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate holidays or whatever, use this mindset stuff on your daily basis to motivate yourself in a way. Not necessarily motivate, but just let go of the drama and do what you need to do. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I love spending time with you, and I'll see you in the next live video. Okay, have a good one. Bye. How do I shut this thing off? You're welcome, Aga. See you soon. Bye.